Hello, are you ready for the next chapter of Evie and the Animals by Matt Haig? Do you remember last time that Evie had just met the school rabbit, Kalo, who was trapped in that tiny hutch, and she'd asked Evie if she would help her, but Evie was torn about what to do. If she helped her, her dad would know she'd been talking to the animals. Let's find out what she did. Chapter 4, Rabbit World. "How would you like to be in here?" asked Kalo, "lying on some straw, staring out through those metal squares, scratching yourself against the stupid tube for my water bottle, having hundreds of human fingers try to poke at you every day. Look at this place. Could you live here?" "Probably not," Evie said with her mind, not even whispering it now, but still being understood. It did seem like a particularly small hutch for such a large rabbit, now Evie thought about it. "Please, you have to help." Evie gulped and panicked and thought about what her dad would say if she helped the school rabbit escape from the hutch, even a hutch as tiny as this one. "I'm sorry," she said. She left the rabbit and ran towards the library until she was spotted by Mrs. Baxter herself. "No running in the corridor, Evie," Mrs. Baxter said sharply. Evie stopped. She turned around and she saw Mrs. Baxter with her stern face, her mouth as small as a cat's bottom. "Mrs. Baxter, can I ask you something?" Mrs. Baxter sighed. "Oh, if you must." "Do you think it would be possible to build Kalo the rabbit a new hutch?" "She has a hutch," said Mrs. Baxter sharply. "I mean a bigger hutch, so she can hop about. It seems sad for a rabbit not to be able to hop around. We could do it as a project. Kalo is a rabbit. She will have a hutch. She will have the hutch she's been given. There's no bigger hutch. There will be no 5-star rabbit hutch hotel with a swimming pool." I'm pretty sure rabbits don't need a swim." Mrs. Baxter flapped her hands as if Evie was a fly at a picnic. "Now, Evie, we have the school inspectors coming next week, and I have some very important paperwork to do. Goodbye." So Evie walked to the library. She handed in the Encyclopedia of the Endangered Species that she'd been reading, and then she found a book called Rabbit World. It was a book of photographs, all of rabbits. On page 93, there was a photograph of a rabbit that looked much like Kalo. It could actually have been Kalo, and it was running around on a hillside full of holes with loads of other rabbits. And even though it was a photograph, and you can't read the thoughts inside a photograph, Evie felt very strongly that the rabbit in the picture was really happy. And then the bell rang. So she put the book back on the shelf and walked out of the library. When she passed Kalo, she felt her thoughts again. And this time she could really feel the sadness, as if it were her own sadness. It made her whole body heavy. Evie felt she might start crying, right there in the school corridor. It was almost, for a moment, like she was the rabbit. "Oh no," whispered Evie to herself. Evie knew in that moment that she had no choice. She knew that if she was squashed inside a too small hutch, that she would want someone to help her. She knew, in other words, that she was about to do something very stupid indeed. "Please," said Kalo, "you have to help me. I have to get out of here." So Evie waited for the younger Year 2 children to walk past her, and then she went over to the hutch. She unlocked its 2 latches and picked up Kalo. She was heavier and warmer than Evie had imagined. Evie's heart was beating fast, and so she realised was the rabbit's. If she got caught, she would be in the biggest trouble of her entire life. She would get expelled, or even worse. Still carrying the rabbit, Evie ran out of the school. She ran over the playground and placed Kalo down in the grass. Kalo's whiskers twitched. She looked at Evie. Thank you, thank you. You will be known as the human who is good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, good human. Go, said Evie, quick before anyone sees. And Kayla was quick. Evie watched her hop away towards the wooden fence at the edge of the playing field. Beyond were farm fields to the left, full of cows and bulls, and to the right was a lofting wood, the forest of holes, as Kayla had put it. Keep going, urged Evie, hoping the thought would reach the rabbit, who was now quite far in the distance, bouncing towards her home. And don't stop until you get there, said Evie. Evie headed back to school, hoping that no one had seen her. She felt Kayla's fading rabbitry thought hop into her mind. If you ever need a favour, just ask, thought the rabbit. I think I would have released the rabbit as well. I think Evie's done the right thing. What do you think? Put a comment in the blog below. See you soon.